All right, y'all, we're back. Back in the cut. All right, so today we're going to talk about why and how I raised and butchered my own meat chickens. And a meat chicken is just a chicken you raised for meat. And what I did, I used Cornish crosses. You can use Freedom Rangers. You can use really those two. I mean, those two are the best in my opinion. But we're going to keep this we're going to kind of tie it in together and how, this is a part of living a full life and all that. So the way I view life is very broad and big picture, and I do my best to translate that into the little picture for myself, for other people, and stuff like that. So I did it for 3 reasons. Because I can, creativity for its own sake, and I deeply value high quality stuff. Like if it's not high quality, why is it in your life? That's something you have to think about. And I'm pretty sure that we all know that the food, if you're watching this, the food supply is horrible, specifically in America. And anything you raise and grow yourself is a million times, 1,000 times better than anything you can get at the grocery store. And I mean that with all my heart. It tastes better. It doesn't look fun. Even like stuff at the grocery store is kind of like, it's perfect. They have the perfectly wrapped chicken, the perfectly grown tomato, the perfectly looking cucumber. Is there a perfect cucumber? I don't know, because what I grew wasn't perfect, but that was beautiful in and of itself. Like there was cucumbers that were like this, like curved, like a boomerang. There was little cucumbers like this. There was tomatoes that looked weird, that had weird spots on it, but that's wine. You know it's real when it has, battle scars. So I got lucky here because at the time I knew I wanted to do this, and there was so much resistance and shit and baggage like that I had to push through. And I finally, when I ordered the chickens, I was like, all right, now I have to do it. So at the time I was taking a homesteading class, and the woman there, she was really helpful in just kind of guiding me towards doing the right thing, and that helped a lot. So I ordered 15 of them, 15 Cornish crosses. 2 of them died, or three of them died along the way. 2 of them died as little chicks. I walked downstairs. I actually raised them over there. I walked downstairs and they were just flattened on the in the nesting box, and I was like, or whatever the fuck the brooder. And I was like, fuck, this is nasty. And the other one died because it was just a really fucking hot day, and it was just dead on the ground, and I threw it in the forest. So yeah. Yeah, I raised them from the beginning of May to July 4th. So beginning of May to July 4th, 9 weeks. And I like Cornish crosses because the 8 to 10 week turnover rate is kind of unbeatable. They taste good and they're awesome. So the property I live on is basically mountain. So I used a small mobile chicken tractor, and I know a lot of people don't really like, or some people don't really like chicken tractors for meat chickens because are they really free range and stuff like that? They are. You move them every day. You feed them a diverse diet, and that's something. The diversity of diet is something I could have done better. I could have fed them food scraps and eggshells and stuff like that from a young age, so they would be used to eating those things, because I would feed them food scraps. Sometimes they wouldn't eat it, sometimes they would. That's something I'll do better next time. So what's next? Okay, so for the first 3 weeks, I raised them inside, right? And then after 3 weeks, they're moving outside permanently. During those 3 weeks, you can, put them outside during the day, watch them while you're outside doing whatever. Leave them outside for an hour, unless it's too hot. You'll know if it's too hot. And then just make sure you bring them back inside at night, because you don't want the temperature to be too cool, because they're babies. Once they get to 3 weeks, they have their feathers and they're able to tolerate the nighttime temperatures. There was a couple with predators. I didn't really have they were outside permanently. I didn't really have a lot of problems with predators because the chicken tractor was secure. The only predator I had was a hawk, and it would land on the tractor and just like sit there. It would sit in the trees right above the tractor. And I was like, this motherfucker's not getting in. He's not fucking getting in, and he didn't because I secured that shit. So, and about the free range thing, Cornish crosses are really freaking lazy. So, even if you try to free range them, they won't really move around a lot. They just sit there, so yeah. And what I fed them was, for the first 3 weeks, I fed them New Country Organics, corn and soy free, organic, grower. Yeah, or starter, organic starter. And then I switched to this brand called Cluck & Co. Soy-free organic layer pellets. I fed them layer pellets because I couldn't really get my hands on grower or broiler feed. So layer pellets worked well for me. They came out to about 4.5 pounds birds. They were pretty good. They were pretty big. So yeah. And after that, really, once they're outside, all you have to do is be patient. Food, water, and moving the tractor every day, and make sure they don't die. Now, the fun part is the butchering process. So, this was stressing me out the night before, and I don't know if you know this, but I worked as a butcher for 2 years, and during this process, I was a butcher, so I wasn't, raw meat on my hand, I don't really care. Blood on my hands, I don't really care. It was just like, will I do the right thing? I don't want to put in all this work and then fuck up the chicken, fuck up the bird. Because if you, let's say you're eviscerating the chicken and you puncture something and fucking digestive juices get all over the bird, you're gonna fuck up the meat. So I didn't want that to happen, and thankfully it didn't happen. Yeah, I was scrambling all morning writing notes and the night before. And keep in mind, this was the 4th of July, the day I did this, and family was coming over. So I started really early in the morning. I woke up at like 6, and then 7:30, I started, everything was set up at 7:30. Oh no, it says here, I woke up at 5 a.m. And yeah, so everything you need is, you need a sharp boning knife, a cleaver, killing cones, scalding water, hot water, a plucker, a visceration table, and ice water baths with salt. I think it's very crucial to be in the right state of mind while doing this. Make sure you're calm, the chi is grounded, your energy is grounded. Say a little prayer before you start, just to thank the birds and thank them for feeding you. And once you smell, once you do that first cut, my hands were shaking so bad, they were shaking so hard. I was like, I have videos, but I mean, obviously I can't. I mean, can I? I don't know. But yeah, I did it under the deck. I'm trying to I'm looking at the spot where I did it. And you grab them by the feet, and then you grab their head, and you put them in the cone, and then you cut the jugular, this right here. And I kept missing it. I didn't know, because I think I was, what was I doing? Trying to think about what I was doing. I think I was instead of going down like that, I was going up. I don't know. Or it's the other way around. I don't know. As I do it more, I'll get better at it. And once you smell chicken blood, the smell of it never leaves your nose. If you're walking somewhere and you smell it, you'll know, oh fuck, there's a dead chicken nearby, because the chicken blood is it's a very particular smell. And processing animals, you're turning a chicken, a live chicken, into a little, into You're turning a chicken, a live chicken, into this. And I put my label on it. My label, no. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's like an art form. It's a craft. And after all the chickens were processed, you know, you put them in an ice bath for about 2 hours. So hold on, let's run through like what would happen. So first you kill them, and then you scald them in boiling water. I forgot what the temperature had to be at. It was like 150, 160, something like that. And then you eviscerate them, meaning you take out all the liver, the heart, the spine, the esophagus, or not the spine, the esophagus, the vocal cords, and the gizzard, all that stuff. And then you rinse it out and you put it in the ice water with salt for like 2 hours. And after they were all in the ice water, just chilling there, I put them in the fridge for 24 hours to tenderize the meat. You're like aging the meat almost, and it actually works. And you know, at the end of the day, it took me from 7 a.m. in the morning, you know, that's when I started, to 4 in the afternoon. Yeah, so it was a whole day thing. And after that, I, you know, ate barbecue. I don't know I forgot what I did. We had the 4th of July. And yeah. All right. So I already said this. I was gonna go over. Oh yeah, after they were in the fridge, I vacuum sealed them and I put them in the freezer. So 2 mistakes I made was the chicken tractor made it difficult for them to take dust baths to clean themselves, so they were like dirty all the time. They weren't dirty, but like sometimes they would have dirt on them. So make sure you know put a tub in there with like diatomaceous earth or clay or dirt or whatever to make sure they can clean themselves. And like I said before, another mistake was the diversity of the diets. I should have done it from, you know, when I first brought them home, but I didn't. So next time. And the supplies you'll need are water. The fuck? Okay. Water, cones, a feeder, a waterer, freezer bags, plucker, chicken coop, a chick coop, a camp chef to heat up the water, a freezer, and a boning knife and a cleaver. So yeah, that's what you'll need for that. For that. All right, and then conclusion. The chickens I produced were on the spot. They were tender, they were delicious, they were nourishing, and they were awesome. And I highly recommend everyone in life tries this at least once. And like I said, the way I view life is very holistic, and you're developing yourself into a well-rounded human being. And this takes essentially a lifetime of work to do this. And hold on, I'm trying to fix my pants. All right, it takes a lifetime of work to do this, but the work happens right now. And this is a part of the process of loving life. You know, you're creating, you're giving. That's an important part. You're giving your gifts to the world, you're adding value, and you get it back. You have so much love, and you're filled with love, and then you give it, you give, and you give, and then hence you get it back. So I recommend that everyone tries this at least once. And in the famous words of Robert Heinlein, specialization is for insects. All right. Y'all have a good day and peace.